Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Zinger Light 219 RV travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it and show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start talking about arriving at the campsite, a few things to take into consideration when parking. On your campsite, you want to leave plenty of room for this awning to come in and out. Over in your off campsite, no slide to worry about, but what I want you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord is going to be in the rear corner, off campsite or driver's side of your tow vehicle. And your water is going to be right above your front tires on your same side, off campsite or driver's side of your tow vehicle. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. Your unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking lights, should you arrive at night, simply raise or lower until you're level. I do recommend grabbing a stick-on level from our store. Find about the center of your unit on your off-camp side. Put that on there. Have someone watch that while you bring this up and down till you've got it level. Now, should you lose power, under here, grab this little hand crank. You can get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. Once we got our unit level, next thing we do is stabilize it. Your trailer is equipped with power stabilizing jacks. On your campsite will be your controls. Now, before I run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. Keep them from sinking into that. Better distribute the weight. Grab a 4-pack of those, put them underneath these, hit extend. As you see, sometimes one side will run down before the other. Sometimes they run down together. They pretty much have a mind of their own, but you're only going to want to run them down until it starts to feel like it's going to lift the unit. Remember, our unit's already level. All we want to do at this point is stabilize it. At this point, again, come to the rear, run these down. Which will bring me to show you something. Sometimes these feet start to run themselves down like that. Just simply turn them, flatten them down. Again, stabilize the jack pads down there, run these down just until it feels like it's going to lift the unit. Every now and then you may even have to back up a little. Just want to make it so it's taut and stable. Got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Your power cord actually stores inside your unit. Lift this up, grab it, pull it out, go plug it in. Now at the end of this 30 amp service, should you need, along like this, and it'll come out quite a ways, you can put this adapter on there, 30 to 15 amp reducer, so you can utilize that plug to plug into a 110 if you need to. Put your power hooked up, hook up our water. At campsites, we're going to plug into city water connection. First and foremost, our water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting lines in the unit. Always use this when putting fluid into your unit. Don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up, hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet, we got one more step. Back here's your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, making sure our drain plug's back in. May have left it out last time you were out camping. Throw some plumber's tape around that, get that in there nice and snug, then you can go ahead and turn your hose on. After your hose been on for a little bit, go inside, open up all of your water taps. Get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Shut them off after they're full. After a few more minutes, come up here and pull up on this pressure release valve. Some water comes out of there, you know your hot water heater's full. Then you know that you can turn that on from indoors. Now say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water, we're gonna go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we're just gonna fill up our potable water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here, simply gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right there. Or two on the inside where you check the levels of your battery, and black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Don't leave this unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, put your cap on there, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, go ahead and turn on your water pump inside. Don't turn on your water pump when using city water, that's already pressurized. Alright, we got power and water. We'll go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing here on the off-camp side, we got some storage here. This is the flue for your furnace. Two things on that: one, make sure it's never blocked, and two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it, it gets hot. Again, your freshwater connection with the quick drain, which is just a big white handle you can pull and dump that freshwater tank rather quickly. City water connection again. It's a vent for your microwave. 751 key will fit in here for a hot and cold shower. Low point drains. There's where we dump our black and gray tanks. We talked about those when leaving the campsite. Again, hot water heater and your power source. Got a spare tire back here. I do recommend getting a cover for that. That'll keep it from getting dry rotted over the years. You're prepped for a backup camera. Over on your campsite, controls for your rear stabilizing jacks, a couple of outdoor speakers. You're prepped for TV out here. Put TV on a table out here. There's your 110 and cable hookup for that. Then you're down the campsite. Do you have a leash link for your pet? You got the stabilizing jack. Big pass-through storage area. Your propane does come with a cover. There's a regulator. It's going to be pointed toward the tank you wish to be using, or automatic switch over if you put it in the middle. Lefty-loosey to open. Again, your power tongue jack. This is your battery disconnect. That would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. And over here is where you're pre-wired for solar. You can plug in a solar panel right there, and that'll help trickle charge your batteries. Well, covers everything out here. Let's go take a look on the inside. Let's talk about your solid steps here. The biggest thing on these, bringing them down or up. You want to make sure your exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this could catch on it. You also have adjustable feet with a cotter pin to remove to bring those up and down in case you're on uneven ground. First thing I like to point out coming inside is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows your fire extinguisher is located by the entry door in case of emergency. We come in looking to our left up here up top. We're going to go to this control panel. This control panel. Up top is where we check our levels. Here's your brand new battery. Fresh water, that's what I said to hold when you're filling up your potable water. Black and gray tanks. Down here's where you turn on your water pump if you're using that fresh water. Your water heater hooked to gas. Your water heater hooked to electric. It does make a difference to choose correctly. Exterior awning light and your ceiling lights. On your awning, when you extend that, you only want to extend that out until you can see that silver bar. If you hold that button down, that will continue to run itself out and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. This runs in rather quickly. As it's still coming in, I'll point out your smoke alarm right here in the ceiling as you come in the door. Got that in, shut off them awning lights, close our door, and continue our tour. Now, these are called slam locks because they work best when gently slammed. First thing I'll point out in the kitchen area down here is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this, 12 volts always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping or boondocking, nothing plugged in charging your battery, if you're going to be gone for the entire day and you don't want this to run your battery down, use that battery disconnect up front, and that'll keep that from charging all day. Your dinette, your table will lift up off these bars. Remove the bars, put your table down on these lips here, put your back cushions on top, gives you another little sleeping quarters. You're prepped for TV here. Got a backer for a mounting, cable on 110 up there. Turn your furnace on here. Turn the heat up. There we go. Let that kick on. I'm going to shut that off. You notice it generally takes a few minutes for the fan to cycle through on the furnace before it actually shuts off. In your shower, you do have a hand crank open power exhaust vent there. A little plumbing to maintain. Back behind your access panel here is some plumbing. Keep an eye on it. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. And in your kitchen you have a Norcold fridge. Hold that in for a second here. Whatever's white is what you're controlling. For example, here's the freezer. This would be the fridge. On the freezer, we like to keep that at 5. You could lower it over here to 4. Or back up to 5. Go to the fridge at 4. And then this last one is your night mode. That's telling the fridge I'm not going to be opening and closing you as much, so please save me some power. Self-explanatory microwave. Below that, you got a light and a fan. Over this cooktop. Hold this top back, makes an excellent backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Press that into high and hit your spark, and there's your flame. Same thing on all of them. Do it with 2 hands here. Put that up there. There's that one. And then that one there. Same thing on the oven. Shut the oven off. Turn that to your flame. Spark it here. There's no pilot light down there. That will light it. And then just turn it to the desired temperature. Shut your panel light off. Down below your oven is your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. A ton of 15s in there, a 20, a 10, a couple 40s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Nice sink with a cover here. This will jackknife down into a bed. Into your bedroom, you got your slide. Oh, here's a curtain. Here's a sound system. So dual zoned indoors and outdoors. Now if you can try to pick up a station in this metal building, that's a whole other story.
$1,000
there you go.
giveaways to get your kids back to.
Got again privacy curtain for the bedroom, individual lighting, access to some storage underneath here, and prep for a TV over here. Well, it covers everything on the inside. Act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I start by shutting off my interior ceiling lights, because then I can see all of the individual lighting. I need to walk through the unit and shut off. Now with all them off, I'll come back over, turn on my interior lights and say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. The door For your bathroom, make sure you have snapped open, vents closed. Speaking of vents, I forgot to turn on your AC unit here. Hear that baby blasting out. All vents are closed, doors and drawers. No slide to worry about, and exit the unit. Again, on these steps, make sure your exterior door is all the way open before lifting them up. Set them inside, turn your handle, and that'll lock that in there. Now before you leave the dump station, and I say that in case you want to go inside and watch your tanks while you're dumping, but before you leave the dump station, lock and deadbolt your exterior door. Alright, if we are out boondocking, bring up our stabilizing jacks. Come around and dump our fresh water drain. Grab that white handle, dump all that fresh water tank. If we are at a campsite, unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. The dump's going to be in between your back tires and the rear of the unit. Got a 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up and pull our black handle. That's going to be sewage. All the one on the right is going to be sewage. Once it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, take a look at your black tank, make sure it is empty. If it is, close that black handle and pull your gray handle. That's going to be cleaner waters, your sinks, your showers. That's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. While your gray is draining, that's usually when I dump my low point drains. And then we're done. If you're done camping for the season, want to empty your hot water heater, you should do this kind of regularly too, or it can get really stagnant, stinky in there. Come in here, lift up on that pressure release valve. It's going to dump a little bit of hot water out of there. Push that handle back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then you can pull that drain plug down there for your residual hot water. Again, be careful when you do that. That's done. Low point drain's done. Put your cast back on there. Make sure that gray tank is empty. If it is, close that. Grab your sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right in your bumper and head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase of this Crossroads Zinger. Hope you enjoy it for many years to come. Happy camping.